Hi everyone, I wanted to take this opportunity to give a little bit of a wrap up for lesson 1 in our first module and to really emphasize the big things I want you to leave this lecture knowing. So first of all, we talked about the idea of philosophy. We watched a video for that, and the big things I want you to take from that are the 3 big questions. We're going to turn to these questions throughout the term, so make sure you know them and make sure you're always thinking in terms of these 3 big questions. So the 3 big questions are, what's the nature of reality? Is there a God? If so, what is God like? And what kind of being am I? Those are the 3 big questions that you should know, because these are the 3 big questions that govern philosophy. Okay, so we also talked a little bit about who is Socrates. So Socrates, ancient Greek thinker, foundation for Western philosophical tradition. Watched a little bit about his history. We also learned about the Socratic method. So this is a big one that I want you to know. We actually demonstrated in lessons when we ask questions, and I want you to answer them in your notebooks. But it's this idea of leading to an answer through questioning. When we read the Apology, especially the Gadfly paragraph, he does that through pestering people with questions. Hopefully that's not what happens in this lesson, but questioning to get a response and urging deep thinking in that way. We also talked about the Apology. So this is the Apology by Plato. It's actually Plato's understanding of Socrates' defense. It's not actually a court transcript or anything like that. So what I want you to know about the Apology is that it is foundational to philosophy because it demonstrates those 3 questions we talked about, demonstrates a way of thinking about the world around us. And Socrates is, because he's this foundational figure in Western philosophy, everything he did is really important. This Apology is where he's explaining why he did what he did. So you absolutely need to know that. You need to know what he's brought up on the charges for, impiety and corrupting the youth, how he defends himself, and what he's trying to achieve in the speech. All the Apology is very rich, and we are going to talk about that in your essay. But we talked particularly about the Gadfly section in this lecture. Things to know: he sees himself as someone who intentionally pesters people to reveal their true nature. He sees that as a God-given mission. He sees it as a great thing, and he doesn't understand why the Athenians don't think the same. But he does insult a lot of people in this process. First of all, by pestering people to expose their ignorance in public, and then by comparing the Athenian state to a large, dim-witted horse, and him being a fly that buzzes and annoys it into revealing itself. Okay, make sure you're working through the questions in this lecture and actually writing down answers in your notes. And if you have any questions, I am just an email, a call, or a text away.